Thank you, Travis, and welcome to tonight's edition of the Regional News. We start off with some news in Jamaica, where Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, says Jamaicans who are conflicted about the island reopening its economy before the coronavirus COVID-19 is completely contained should understand the consequences of doing otherwise. Growing economic dislocation could affect the livelihood and lives of thousands, Clark said. The aim of reopening, he indicated, is to revive the employment and economic activity. Jamaica first started reopening on June 1, with the government adjusted its work-from-home orders, permitting persons with no underlying conditions to return to work. The Jamaican later reopened Jamaica's borders to international travel on June 15. Curfew hours have also been adjusted to allow normal operational hours for most businesses. Despite these measures, economic contraction will continue to be seen for a while. He added, and I quote, "Recovery will take time, but must begin now," end of quote. We now turn our attention to the small island of Barbados. The relatives of the American tourists who left the west coast of Barbados exactly 1 year ago on a jet ski ride and then disappeared have still not stopped hoping that their loved ones remain alive. The tourists, Oscar Suraz, 32, his partner Magdalena Devil, 25, embarked on a 30-minute jet ski ride at Old Town St. James and were never seen or heard from again. Grieving relatives of the American couple are hoping that authorities in Barbados will break months of silence and reply to their cries for closure as they desperately search for answers to lingering questions about what might have happened to their loved ones. Family members are still not satisfied that thorough investigations were conducted to determine whether the couple may have been somewhere on the land. They are also dissatisfied with the extent to which authorities were able to provide video evidence from establishments on the west coast to determine what may have gone wrong on the day in question. On Wednesday, with tears flowing as freely as they did last June, the sister and cousin of Oscar revealed that not even counseling have been able to heal the broken hearts of two children, ages 6 and 11, still struggling with their father's unexplained absence. Last June's events triggered a massive search effort involving the Royal Barbados Police Force, the Barbados Defense Force, Coast Guard, the Regional Security System, and eventually the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigations. And finally, Latin America and Caribbean surpassed 100,000 coronavirus deaths on Tuesday, more than half of them in Brazil, according to an AFP count based on official figures. The pandemic is accelerating across the region, which now has a total of 2.1 million cases, with Brazil, Mexico, Peru, and Chile the most affected countries. Brazil has the second highest COVID-19 death toll in the world after the United States at more than 52,640 fatalities out of 1,145,906 confirmed cases. A federal judge ordered Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, who has famously compared the coronavirus to a little flu, to wear a face mask in public after the far-right leader repeatedly flouted containment measures in place in Brasilia. Mexico, also heavily hit by the virus, was struck Tuesday by a powerful 7.4 magnitude earthquake. The quake hit as the country of 127 million people recorded its highest number of cases in a 24-hour period, with 6,288 new infections, according to the Ministry of Health. And that's it for Regional News this evening, and I continue to urge our viewers to stay at home, wear those masks, and continue practicing social distancing during this weekend. Back to you, Travis.